Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to talk about the mobile that has been uploaded in the May 2021, and let's begin the topic with no more delay. Firstly, we have Asus Zen Phone 8, right? It comes in a series. Asus Zen Phone 8 Flip is also there, but we are only talking about Asus Zen Phone 8. So it consists of 5.9-inch Full HD plus AMOLED panel display and comes with the chipset of Snapdragon 888. And talking about storage, it consists of 6GB RAM and 256GB internal storage. So it has 64 megapixel primary camera, 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, and selfie camera consists of 12 megapixel. It gives us 4000 mAh battery backup and support 30-watt fast charger. Now let's move towards our next mobile phone, and it is Redmi Note 10s, and it consists of 6.43-inch Full HD AMOLED display and MediaTek Helio G95 is its chipset. And talking about the storage, it has 8GB RAM and 128GB internal storage. And about its camera, it has a quad camera where 64 megapixel is its main primary camera, 8 megapixel ultra wide camera, 2 megapixel macro camera, and 2 megapixel depth sensor, right? And talking about battery, it has 5000 mAh battery backup and support 18-watt fast charger. Now Poco M3pro5G, and it consists of 6.5-inch Full HD LCD panel display, and it has MediaTek Dimensity 700 chipset. And talking about its storage, it consists of 6GB RAM and 128GB internal storage, and it gives us battery backup of 5000 mAh and support 18-watt fast charger. Talking about its camera, its primary camera, it consists of three camera, and 48 megapixel is its primary camera, 2 megapixel depth sensor, and 2 megapixel micro lens, right? And talking about the selfie camera, it consists of 8 megapixel. Now let's move to our next phone, and our next phone is Samsung Galaxy Y52, and it consists of 6.6-inch Full HD TFT panel, clocked at 120 Hz, and Qualcomm Snapdragon 750G is its chipset, and it consists of 8GB RAM and 128GB internal storage. Talking about its camera, its primary camera is 64 megapixel, 8 megapixel wide angle lens, and 2+2 are those its micro sensor and deep sensor, and its front camera is 16 megapixel, whereas its battery backup is 4500 mAh and support 25-watt charger fast charging. And let's talk about our next mobile. Our next mobile is Vivo Y52 S, and it consists of 6.58-inch Full HD display, clocked at 90 Hz, and Qualcomm Snapdragon 480 is its chipset, whereas its battery backup is 5000 mAh and support 18-watt fast charger. Talking about its camera consists of 48 megapixel primary camera and 2 megapixel depth sensor, whereas selfie consists of 8 megapixel, and it consists of side mounted fingerprint. And our next mobile is Oppo A54, and it consists of 6.5-inch Full HD LCD display, clocked at 90 Hz, and Qualcomm Snapdragon 480 is its chipset. And talking about its storage, and it consists of 4GB RAM and 64GB internal storage, whereas internal storage can be accessed by using micro SD card, and battery backup is 5000 mAh and support 10-watt charger. And it consists of quad camera, 48 megapixel primary camera, 8 megapixel wide camera, and 2 megapixel are depth sensor and micro sensor, whereas its selfie camera is 16 megapixel and consists of side mounted fingerprint. And now talking about next phone, it is Oppo K9. It consists of 6.4-inch Full HD AMOLED screen display, and Qualcomm Snapdragon 768G is its chipset, and is talking about its storage, 8GB RAM and 256GB internal storage, and talking about its battery backup 4300 mAh, and it supports 65-watt fast charging, and it consists of triple camera, 64 megapixel primary camera, 8 megapixel ultra wide camera, and 2 megapixel macro camera, and its selfie camera is 32 megapixel. Now our next mobile is Infinix Hot 10T, and it consists of 6.82 HD plus IPS LCD panel clocked at 90 Hz display, and its chipset is MediaTek Helio G70. And storage, talking about its storage, it consists of 4 GB RAM and 128 GB internal storage, and whereas it consists of triple camera, 48 megapixel primary camera, 2 megapixel macro camera, and 2 megapixel depth sensor, and its selfie camera is 8 megapixel, and it support 5000 mAh battery and gives 10 watts charger. And now talking about the Infinix Hot 10s. And before it was Infinix Hot 10T, now it is Infinix Hot 10s, and it consists of 6.82 SD plus IPS LCD display clocked at 90 Hz, and it support MediaTek Helio G85 chipset. And talking about its storage, it consists of 6 GB RAM and 64 GB internal storage, and can be expanded up to 256 GB by using external SD card. And talking about this camera, it consists of 48 megapixel primary camera, 2 megapixel and all lenses, and selfie camera consists of 8 megapixel, whereas its battery is 6000 mAh and support 18 watts fast charging. And now talking about next mobile, and is Realme Narzo 30 and Realme Narzo 30 5G. They are in series. So firstly, let's talk about Realme Narzo 30, and it consists of 6.5-inch IPS LCD panel which refreshes at 90 Hz, and MediaTek Helio G95 is its chipset. Talking about its storage, it has 6 GB RAM and 128 GB internal storage, and it supports triple camera. It gives the feature of triple camera, whereas 48 megapixel is its primary camera, 2 megapixel is its monochrome, and 2 megapixel is macro lens. And I said 2 megapixel monochrome is monochrome lens sensor, and its front camera is 16 megapixel, and it gives the battery backup of 5000 mAh and support 30-watt fast charging, and it supports side mounted fingerprint. And now talking about Realme Narzo 30 5G, it has same display as Realme Narzo 30, that is 6.5-inch LCD panel display and clocked at 90 Hz. And this device is powered by MediaTek Dimensity 700 5G chipset with 4 GB RAM and 128 GB internal storage, and it consists of triple camera. Primary camera is 48 megapixel and 5000 mAh battery backup and side mounted fingerprint. And let's talk about next mobile is Redmi Note 10 5G, and it consists of 6.5-inch full HD display clocked at 90 Hz. MediaTek Dimensity 700 is its chipset. And talking about its storage, 8 GB RAM and 256 GB internal storage. It gives us 5000 mAh battery backup and 18-watt fast charging. And talking about its camera, it gives us 48 megapixel camera plus 2 megapixel depth sensor and 8 megapixel selfie camera, and it also gives the feature of side mounted fingerprint. Now talking about Redmi Note 10 Pro 5G, right? And it consists of 6.6-inch full HD IPS LCD panel display clocked at 120 Hz. MediaTek Dimensity 1100 is its chipset. And talking about its storage, it gives us 8 GB RAM and 256 GB internal storage, and it can be expanded by using SD card. And the battery backup is 5000 mAh and supports 67-watt fast charge. And its camera is 64 megapixel primary camera, 8 megapixel ultra wide camera, and 2 megapixel macro lens, whereas its selfie camera is 6 megapixel. Now talking about our last phone is Oppo Reno 6, and Oppo Reno 6 are coming in series, but let's talk about only Oppo Reno 6. And Oppo Reno 6, it consists of 6.43-inch full HD AMOLED panel display clocked at 90 Hz, and MediaTek, the device is powered by MediaTek Dimensity 900 chipset. And it consists of 12 GB RAM and 256 GB internal storage, and that can be expandable by SD card. And the device gives us 4300 mAh battery backup and supports 65-watt fast charging. And talking about its camera, it has 64 megapixel primary camera, 8 megapixel ultra wide camera, and 2 megapixel macro camera. Whereas talking about its selfie camera, it gives us 32 megapixel. And these are all the mobile that has been launched in the month of May. So I hope you all like this video. So if you want to see such type of videos, so then make sure you click the subscribe button and subscribe to our channel. And that's all for this today. See you in the next video. Okay, have a nice time.